Bleed is an indie action platformer developed and self-published by Ian Campbell. I'm going to go right off the bat and say please don't buy this game if you're looking for something that's easy. I've logged just under 4 hours and I'm only in the 3rd stage on normal difficulty, and this thing has 4 difficulty levels, so yeah, it's not just increased health and damage of enemies, there's actually tactics changes and things like that, so if you get onto the harder difficulties, you're going to have an incredibly painstaking time trying to relearn some of the patterns that the bosses do and things like that, as well as obviously the increased health of the bosses and mobs, and also the damage they do. I think in very hard difficulty, I think it's like 1 shot or maybe 2 shots and you're dead, so yeah, please don't buy this if you're looking for a casual game. That being said, the game itself is actually incredible for the price, and it's really not that expensive at all. Currently it's $3.59 because it's got a special promotion, 10% off. It's normally $3.99. That offer ends on the 23rd of July, so if you are going to get it, I would get it now and save yourself 10%. Yes, the game itself is actually pretty amazing. Well, I like it. I'm a big fan of games are similar, such as They Bleed Pixels and Super Meat Boy. This sort of just feels like another installment in that sort of, I'm going to call it a subgenre. It's sort of hardcore platformers, and this really seems to have sprawled out of people's need to actually have a game like a platformer that they can play over and over and over again, much like the days when we had, you know, people spending hours on Street Fighter and stuff like that, just getting really good at it. These platformers can seem to fulfill that role pretty well as giving a pretty good variation. Bleed, for example, obviously has these 4 difficulty levels. It's only actually got 7 missions, but you will also notice that there is a shop with upgrades available like that, and then there's extras, so you can actually play in arcade style mode, which is, as you would probably have guessed it, you get 1 life to play through the whole game. There's also a plethora of achievements if you get it on Steam. If you buy it straight from Ian Campbell's website, you actually get a Steam key with it, and you also get a DRM free version. So if you are going to get it, I would probably get it from Steam, not Steam, Ian Campbell's site, because, well, all the money goes to him, and you obviously want to support indie developers, in addition to the fact that you actually get a DRM free version. So if you do, well, if that is your sort of thing, definitely get it from his site. Points about the game. The game has a pretty nice chiptune track. It's fairly varied. It's not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but it's pretty good to listen to. You'll be able to hear that in the background. Graphically, it looks very nice, and plot-wise, it's pretty cool. It's something we've never really seen before. I like the fact that he actually chose to go with a female protagonist. I don't think it would have really made a difference, but it just sort of makes the story better. I can imagine sort of someone like the character we see sort of making a list. It actually sort of feels a bit like Scott Pilgrim-ish, if you've ever seen that. So yeah, but I actually really like the audio and the visuals in the game. Gameplay wise, well, that's what everyone really cares about. The mechanics are amazing. Well, I say amazing a lot, but I mean, what I really mean is I enjoy it. You know, I would recommend it. Yeah, you have this sort of system where you can like jump forward or like in a direction up to 4 times, and you can actually also slow down time, which is absolutely awesome. I love doing it through really tense bits. You just slow everything down, and then suddenly it all becomes clear. You know the way through because you can see it in slow motion. That's really awesome. There's some boss fights as well where you actually have a sort of a real struggle on your hand. That slow motion may help you just sort of maneuver in the last second to get out of the way. Overall, I would definitely recommend this game. It's definitely worth a buy for the price. An absolute steal if you're into these sort of things. If you're not into them, don't get it. You know, I don't really need to say that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.